Hello again, I am Jim Bob, and welcome back to F1 Manager 23 Hardcore Mode. Ignore the Mercedes stuff in the background, to be playing the game earlier today. Forgot to reload what we need to do. Tonight we are heading to Montreal for the Canadian Grand Prix. No, the Austrian Grand Prix. It is the Red Bull. Mine's not where it needs to be. Right, so just bear with me while I update the stream name and thumbnail. At least I'm trying to, it won't let me. Change. No, it's not going to let me change the thumbnail. All right, well, never mind. We are back after a couple of missed episodes. Health getting in the way, but we are ready to continue with our first season of our female team, Donna and Embry, starting to settle into the car a bit better. The car itself is starting to look pretty competitive in terms of its on-paper performance. Obviously, the driver deficit is hurting us a little bit, but we are showing some decent pace. We just haven't had the chance to fully exploit it with the rain that keeps on coming, and we have more rain here in Austria. This doesn't seem to want to stop raining for us at the moment, so hopefully we'll get a dry race soon. Maybe Silverstone will be dry, maybe that'll be wet as well, who knows. Good old-fashioned British weather and everything. Let's take a quick look at the car. There you can see very good in terms of top speed and DRS. Downforce numbers are all good. Dirty air performance is excellent. Acceleration is letting us down a little bit. Everything else about the car is pretty good. We just need a couple of little tweaks to get that where it needs to be in terms of boosting that acceleration. Let me check. Both cars are running the same spec. We have a different front wing. Yes, I remember we didn't have enough to have multiple spares. Okay, that's fine. Rear wing's the same. Everything else is the same. Good stuff. Okay. How you doing tonight, Wayne? Good to see you. Any reason why you decided to stop making content? Right, let's get some targets set for tonight. Let's go 2 in the top 10 in qualifying. We are going to be doing some slipstreaming on this track. Both cars into Q3. Finish position 2 in the top 14. Hopefully we'll get a little higher than that. I don't think we're going to get the fastest lap. It's guaranteed it's going to be wet for a good chunk of the race, I would imagine. So we're not going to go for that tonight. Finish position streak 2 in the top 15 for 2 races. We can finish that tonight. And we can also finish our quali streak as long as we make sure we get both into the top 12. And that'll be some much needed extra cash coming in. There you can see we'll get a nice sort of 3.4 mil just from our streaks. So yeah, fingers crossed we can get that money in, because we don't really have much, as you can see. And let's head to Austria.
Welcome along to the spectacular setting of Austria. The hills are alive with a roar of F1 cars as we arrive in Spielberg's stunning natural surroundings. Fans have already filled the nearby campsites, and it's going to be a busy weekend here at the Red Bull Ring. The Red Bull Ring is one hungry beast of a power track. drivers face a steep climb up to turn 3 and a fast ride downhill through wide corners and straights thereafter. There's plenty of opportunity to overtake here, especially with the help of 3 DRS zones.
This weekend will be taking a slightly different form, as we have the addition of a thrilling sprint race thrown into the mix.
So, let's get back to the racing.
Right then, no reserve role for Anne today with the sprint. We've got to get this car nailed pretty quickly. I'm going to make some estimated guesses on our setup, just to try and help speed things up a little bit. I think we're probably going to want on the rear wing. It's a fast circuit, but it's also a lot of cornering. I really don't know which way to go on this, so we'll just leave them as they are. We'll make a couple of changes just to see if we can at least rule out certain things. We want to go with 20 laps. We would normally run longer than that, but as I say, we're going to be calling them in immediately as soon as we get that feedback. Let's look at some part swapping. On that ERS unit, and I don't know if I can get away with using that gearbox this weekend. Maybe next weekend. Right, got those settings down. Let's go with a 12.5 on the wing. Actually, let's go with 11.5 on this one. Let's go with a little bit more downforce. Let's push that all the way to a 2.8. Going to go all the way up to a 3.5 and a 0 on this one. So that gives me a couple of different windows to look at. There we go. And let's send them out.
Okay, so that's a green light. Radio check.
There we go. So we're going to have a difference in the car park knowledge again tonight. Embry's at 96. She will be at 100 by the time we get to the race itself. And Donna won't be. But she's obviously got the new front wing, and we'll have that new front wing for Embry at Silverstone. I just want to make sure I've got a spare, given that it's a sprint weekend. Just damaging it in the sprint means, you know, if I don't have a spare, that is an immediate emergency purchase, which is not cheap.
Everything else okay with the car?
Right, how bad is it? 28%, that's pretty bad. Take it you've changed all your passwords and everything then. Wayne. Feels weird calling you Wayne and not Mr. Water.
Can I have an update, please?
Even though I've known your name's Wayne for years now. Oh, 7% with Embry. That's really rough. Alright, so we've got some clues. That needs to go that way. I'm going to go all the way to a 1.9 there. Going to pull that back to a 13. Going to drop that down to a 4.5. And let's go with that. Evening, Dino. Yes, I am feeling better, thank you. Thank you to everyone who sent me well wishes yesterday. Alright, let's have a look. Wow, traction's way off. So we've got to go 1.9 there, got to pull that back in. Let's go with a 13 on this one as well. Pull this back. Actually, I'll go with a 2.8 on this one. There we go. Yeah, I had some fun over the weekend as well with unauthorized stuff happening. I got a message from my bank on Sunday saying that they'd seen a suspicious payment and stopped it and wanted me to say whether or not it was me. And I said, I have no idea what this payment is. It's definitely not me. And so when I was on a message thread with my bank yesterday, they cancelled my card and have issued me a new one. Of course, that meant that I couldn't pay for my groceries that were on the truck out for delivery an hour away. So I had to cancel my food shopping. And I was like, oh, great, I'm going to have no food for a week until I get my new card. And then I got access to the actual online details of my card today. So I've replaced my food order and I should get that tomorrow. But yeah, that was weird. And it was only like 64 pence as well, which was a really bizarre thing. Yeah, I had to go through some stuff with the bank over 64p that was very much not an expenditure. And yeah, new card on the way. So yesterday I treated myself to a meal from the chippy. Well, that wasn't bloody cheap. When I first moved in here, it was, my order would have probably cost me just over a fiver. It cost me £7.20. It's gone up by like £2 in the last couple of years. It's crazy. £7.20 for a small portion of chips and 2 battered sausage. I mean, the small portion is a big portion, but it's, yeah, it shocked me how much that was.
What was the balance, please?
I treat myself like once every 3 or 4 months to meal from the chippy. Might be a while before I treat myself again. Ouch. Then Bree, give me some feedback. Another couple of laps, yeah, I think, before I get any feedback from Embry. Right, let's get Donna's car tinkered with and turned around. Sent back out again. I didn't put the extra fuel in, no wonder she's coming in so early. Alright, narrowing the window. That needs to go somewhere over there. So let's go with that.
How's the balance?
Balance is only good. 68. Oh, still a lot of work to do on this one. Yeah, this no-look challenge on setups is certainly making sprint weekends more interesting. So that is a 12.5 maybe. Is it a 13.5? It could be a 13.5, but yeah, I'll go with a 13.5 on this. Let's pull this back about there. Let's push this all the way up. Push that back there now. Push the front wing up a bit. Let's try that. really nice to get at least one of these cars fully prepped setup wise, if at all possible, before we do the sprint. Might get full feedback with Donna here. I won't with Embry, but I'll get 4 out of 5 with her.
Okay, we take the flag.
I think she got it as she crossed the line. Yes, she did. 96%. That's definitely close. All right, sprint time.
Welcome to qualifying. Let's find out who's got what it takes as we establish the grid for the sprint.
In this session, drivers will be fighting for grid positions in the weekend sprint race. Only the fastest 10 will make it to Q3, where they're in with a chance of taking pole. Looking at the lap times, we saw a real lack of pace from them in practice. They never looked quite comfortable with the setup, and they'll need to try something new for qualifying if they want to get past Q1.
Buckle up then, folks. It's almost time for qualifying.
Those bits, that gearbox is good for qualifying, and then we can run it again in practice before swapping that out for the race itself, the sprint itself. How close are we? Gonna go with that. Do not want to move the front wing because I don't think there's really any wiggle room on that. So this is either going to improve the setup or make it worse. Because the other option is to move the camber. Go with that for now, but I might change that before we send her out. Let me swap out parts over here as well. Again, that ERS will be fine for quali, and that gearbox is fine. Alright, it's still a long way off. No idea if the front wing is close, that's frustrating. Yeah, let's try that. Which makes me feel a little bit more confident about that as well. Alright, we're going to go 2 flying laps. Hopefully we can swap the drivers over. Set them out.
So focus on braking, on tires.
You can bring the tyre in.
Big gap, big gap. Okay, you can go. You can go.
Alright, Embry's a little further away than I would like here.
There'll be no one ahead.
Hopefully she'll close that up as the lap progresses. Right, so now I need to get this done at just the right point to keep them close enough for the slipstream to work the other way round. I'm going to try and do it up here. Not quite close enough to the back of Embry, but Ocon, who's going to get a mighty slipstream from the back of Embry on this lap here, will provide a little bit of a buffer. Hopefully Donna will be able to stay close enough to the back of Esteban there.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
So we are good for traffic. Charge your last corner.
Still a little far away. Should get some improvement though. Go, purple, purple. That's a promising sign. Just need to get close to the top of the timings. 7/10 away is elimination zone. This should go top, depending on Ocon. There we go.
Back to the Delta. And
That
we are
should be
box
good
to
enough to get both of our cars through.
Okay, stay close to the reference. Pierre, John and box.
So Max has gone quicker. Embry is dropping fast. Might have to send her back out again, which I really don't want to do. I think it's a big enough gap. I think we'll be okay. I'm gambling on being okay. A lot of cars that can go quicker than her. Giovinazzi's slower. That's good. Joe and Magnussen are out. Stroll is out. Right, so there are 4 cars trying to improve. That is enough to knock us out. We need one of them to be slower. No matter which one, just one of them. Tsunoda starts his flying lap. Maloney doesn't improve. We're safe. We are safe. Albon doesn't improve. It's down to these two to see if McLaren will keep both cars through and Mercedes will get both cars out. Norris gets through, and so does Tsunoda, just sneaks through, so Maloney gets eliminated in the end. But more importantly, we got both of our cars through into the next session without having to run again. Oh, look at that, so close, 99%. Ah. And we got to 96. Just slightly overcooked it there. All right, that's not too bad. I'm happy with that. Let's go out on these tyres again. We'll go for a 2-lap run again.
And we work on front tires.
All right, here we go with the flying lap.
Track clear.
Not going to have any traffic
Back is clear.
concerns, which is good.
Ciao, jump last corner.
I don't expect to be staying top with these times. I expect Max will be quicker than us. And he goes quicker than us in the first sector. Okay, so to switch them over, we're going to have to do this. Hope that she doesn't move over here. Ah, crap.
If you can, push. And recharge on, recharge on. Can use overtake.
Battery is full.
Don't get in the way. Thank you.
Let's go for a push. Overtake available.
So we did get an improvement in the first sector. That's good. Now we're close enough to get the slipstream for the rest of the lap. There we go. Improved a little bit. We are going to have to run again
Recharge
on new tyres. Going to try and send them out behind another car. Just on a single lap run. Leclerc hasn't gone out yet, so that's an obvious opportunity. Looks like Behrman is out there at the moment. About to start a flying lap. Max is back in the garage, so we can also try and go out behind Max. Leclerc's leaving it late. Oh no, Behrman hasn't gone out yet. That was Jar coming in, so that's quite a few cars yet to set a time. Porsche hasn't gone out yet either, unless he's out in front of. No, that's Sonoda. In front of Ocon, who's coming into the pits. Here we go. Might be too far away with Donna. I am too far away.
You can bring the tyre in.
Okay,
I might
we
have
need to
bought
wake up
this
the
lap.
brakes now. Make sure you give us a couple of good braking.
Yeah, I'm going to abort this lap. Just hope that Max doesn't go out between now and me getting back into the pits. Just looking for enough of an improvement to guarantee us getting through. Again, don't need to go top of the timings.
And track is now clear.
I think we're closer to Ocon than Ocon is to Leclerc. I think it's pretty close. And we'll wait for Max for Donna. Now seeing improvement. Piastri heads out onto the track. That's a purple sector, that's encouraging. And there we go, that should be enough. So I've got a couple of options now. I can wait for George Russell. I can wait for Max. I can wait for Sainz or Behrman. No, not Behrman. That's Behrman. Hajar is one I could wait for. Got a few potential slipstream candidates. We're going to start seeing a flurry of activity in the next minute or so, I think. And in the meantime, we get to see what Oscar can do. A lot of traffic coming in just as I was thinking about going out. Caught me off guard. So we're pretty much committed now to waiting for Max. Although I could try... No, yeah, let's go out here behind the Ferrari. I'm just wary of if I wait too long, I might have traffic on the flying lap.
Focus on tires and brakes.
And there's Max. Norris popping out. So again, we wouldn't have been directly behind Norris anyway. Max anyway, we would have been behind Norris. And we would have had Pourchaire right on the back of us as well. So we would have given Pourchaire a big tow. Wow, everyone's coming out again. We might still have some traffic to deal with. But at least we won't have our outlap disrupted. So we will be nice and close to the back of George here all the way round.
Track is clear. Track is clear.
Close enough to get the tow. And that is a purple first sector. Good start. And a much needed improvement given that we are now in the drop zone with Donna. The jar gets out of the way. No, it's Behrman. Behrman gets out of the way. Purple middle. Good looking lap. And there we go. Good enough a second and good enough to go through. So now it's who is going through, who is getting eliminated. Oh, look at this slipstream for Schumacher here, right on the back of one of the Red Bulls. Which one is it? It's Max. He's right on the back of Max. Checker flag is out. Russell in danger now. He's going to get eliminated. He has been eliminated. Schumacher up to 5th place. So it's Ocon, Norris, Tsunoda, Russell and Hajard. They're all eliminated. And they're all pretty quick. Russell and Hajjar especially been pretty quick so far this season.
And we are through.
Maybe their engines are winding down or they've got problems with other parts, but probably they're just tight margins. Yeah, look at that, look. Less than 4/10 Ocon away from the provisional pole, and yet that was good enough to get eliminated. A very tight final session. I normally like to go out first, but this time I'm going to wait, because we're only doing one lap on these tyres. I'm going to wait and jump out behind someone else.
Track should be green.
There we go. So, we'll go out 2 by 2 with the Alpines. Sainz is the lead Alpine. That's good because he is the quicker of the two, which means that will push the pace of the whole train. Donna is going to head up
On as much work
the,
as you can on the tires now.
you know, he's going to lead the rear action here. Max on his way out. Porsche on track as well.
And there'll be no one ahead.
I'll be close enough. I'm not so sure we're close enough.
Position is good. Charge up that corner.
Not to get a full slipstream bonus anyway. We should get something. But I expect Giovinazzi's going to go top here. Well, missing some stuff from the chat again. Just closed it, reopened it, and refill is here, and Anthony's here. Good to see you guys. Let's see. Yeah, Giovinazzi does go top. We are a little off the pace of Sainz. I think we've probably got one more run in these tyres.
So it's currently P3. Okay, good job, you are on target. On charge on right away, please.
Shouldn't be long till the next farming sim's revealed. Are they going back to a 2-year window, or are they sticking with a 3-year window now? Okay, good work on brakes and tires, please.
You can bring the tyre in.
That is a little close for comfort. There we go. Create a little bit more separation. Yes, I am feeling better today, Anthony. Thank you for asking.
Traffic, traffic, traffic.
We have a big gap in front of us. You can go.
I saw the news about Ocon. I haven't seen that they've signed Perez. I knew, what, about a week ago that, well, 2 weeks ago that they'd offered Perez a 1-year deal and he'd refused it, wanting a 2-year deal. And that was the last I'd heard. So it seems that they've caved to Perez's request. It kind of makes sense. Historically there's been some tension between Sainz and Verstappen, although not necessarily from the drivers, more from the fathers of the drivers. We didn't get any improvement with either car here. Shame.
This is currently P7.
So, yeah, I'm not surprised in a way that they didn't go for Sainz, but I mean, I am surprised that they did cave to Perez and give him a 2-year deal, and they didn't stick to their guns and give him a 1-year deal. I mean, it speaks volumes about what they think of Yuki, that they didn't even consider him for the role. So Tsunoda is basically in a Gaza situation now, where he either accepts that he's never going to get a call and he's only going to be in their junior team and while he's with them, or he strikes out on his own like Albon did, which means, I don't know, maybe Alpine, maybe replacing Ocon, maybe Bottas might get the Ocon seat. So we need a quick turnaround here onto new tyres. Where's Sainz going now? Could be Williams, obviously could go to Audi. They have obviously made it very public knowledge that he is their number one target. I think Sainz was waiting for a decision from Red Bull before he made any real decisions about his future, and that's now been kind of made for him. So it'll be between Williams and Audi, I think. He won't win races there. Well, no, not to start with, but who knows how quickly Audi are going to become competitive. It's a new set of regulation changes as well, which does allow for a potential big shake-up on the grid. Every time there's been a regulation change, someone has broken the norm. When we had the regulation changes in 2009, it was Braun, which was Honda previously, which was not a good car. In 2014, Mercedes, when it was very much engine regulations, obliterated the field.
Position is good now. Charge your last corner.
Shouldn't be anyone in front that will back you up.
Let's not forget Williams in the early 90s were dominant until active suspension was banned. Then Benetton had 2 years of dominance before, you know, Williams came back at them. And then Newey went to McLaren, and McLaren had 2 mighty years. And then Ferrari ruled the roost for 5 years. This new regulation change is very much an engine regulation change. So expect Mercedes to be strong. Audi could be very strong with their powertrain. And Audi are an established team. You know, Sauber have been on the grid for a long, long time, decades. So, you know, an influx of additional staff over the next year or so as they ramp up, now that Audi have assumed full ownership of the team, before the new engine regulations come in and they officially become Audi in 26.
Okay, that's a good lap.
Audi could, yeah, next season will be rough for either Williams or Audi, but Audi could be impressive when they come in. I don't think they'll be championship ready in 26, but they should hopefully be podium worthy, maybe even race win worthy. Let's see, where do we qualify? Oh dear, 8th and 9th. That's not great.
P8 for you, mate. P8.
Williams are undergoing huge upheaval at the moment, you know, behind the scenes to try and get everything, you know, drag that team in, you know, as far into the future as they can. Or, you know, bring it up to date with everyone else. So next year will be a difficult year for them again, but I would expect to see some improvement from them. And then, who knows, 2026 with Mercedes engines, they could be a threat for race wins and podiums. You never know. The Sauber name has disappeared before. BMW bought the team. They bought ownership of the team. And the team, when they were just BMW Sauber, when they were a Sauber team with BMW engines, BMW turned them into a works team and became just BMW. And then when BMW quit the sport, Sauber bought the team back. So, you know, if Audi do something similar, then, you know, that opportunity would potentially be able for Sauber to come back in again, but who knows? I mean, it was different circumstances in 2008 was it when BMW quit. That was very much down to the financial crash, which is the same reason Toyota pulled out and Honda pulled out. Why don't I have... Oh, I've used... Did I use the hard... Yeah, I used the hard tyres in the first session. Shit, I should use the mediums. Never mind. Yeah. Let's swap some parts over again. Yeah, I can just about get away with that, I think.
Okay, so that's a green light.
Right, we'll let them run, get some time on track, get that track knowledge up as much as we can. It's not going to hit 100, but if we can get them up to about 90 plus, that would be excellent.
So this is the rain.
Oh, it's raining. I didn't even think to check the weather. That's not too bad. We can stay on these tyres.
We have a little bit more rain coming. How are the conditions out there?
Yeah, the early Sauber ran with Ferrari engines, a young Felipe Massa, and they also were Red Bull sponsored as well. They had the blue and silver checkerboarding of the Red Bull logo on their engine covers. Oh, speaking of early model cars, I called it. They've announced the third livery, pre-order livery for the Champions Edition or the Deluxe Edition of this game, the 24 edition of this game, and it is the 1991 Grove, which is the FW14 Williams. The B-Spec was the 92 version that Mansell won the title in, but the livery was essentially unchanged. So, yeah, we've now got Mansell's Williams, Senna's McLaren, and I'm guessing it was Raikkonen's Lotus Renault. Oh, that engine is on fire. That engine is very much on fire, and Maloney's crashed.
Now we should be able to take a look here. Now with the Haas. Oh, and a fairly substantial
and that is significant powertrain damage done to Maloney's car there.
It'll be important now to ensure that any debris is cleared from the scene. And while all that was happening, the crew in the garage could do nothing but watch on.
How long we got left in the session? 4 minutes. Okay. It's just as well because this car is
Right.
really struggling.
Looks like the grade's clearing up.
She's still going.
VSC ending.
So the question now is going to be, what are the remaining 2 liveries going to be? I'd still kind of like to see, I think, the 7-Up Jordan that Schumacher debuted in.
Okay, we take the flag.
And there goes. Somehow Donna's car
Fit back on tires when you can.
just about manages to survive. So laugh as she got to the pit lane and then just the engine had completely died just as he was pulling into the pits. There we go, she made it to the flag. %88 on track knowledge, not too bad. Some decent confidence numbers there as we get ready for the sprint.
This weekend, it's something a little bit different, as the Grand Prix grid is decided by more racing in today's eagerly anticipated sprint. The sprint kicks off the racing action for the weekend, a 100-kilometre battle to set the grid for the Grand Prix.
Points go to the top finishers in the sprint, and with no mandatory pit stops, it's all about the racing on the track.
So who will reach the peak and who has a mountain to climb here at the Austrian Sprint?
Right, I think we need to swap that engine out. There we go. Got a working engine in the car. Swap over the ERS and we'll swap the gearbox now as well. Go. We'll do everything else in a second. Let's take a look over here. Change the engine. Change the ERS. We'll stick with that gearbox. And let's take a look at the weather. And the sprint's going to stay dry. So which tyres do I go with? I am going to go with the mediums. So we'll have a dry sprint. That is good. We'll try and protect the tyres a little bit. And then try and pounce a little bit later in the sprint. Starting from 8th and 9th, so we've got one car at the bottom of the points, one car just outside. See if we can move them forward a bit.
We're ready for 24 laps around the Red Bull Ring in what should be a great sprint.
Drivers certainly don't shy away from overtaking on this circuit, meaning we should be in for a hotly contested competition here in Austria.
A sprint victory and points up for grabs right here. Here in Austria, we're all ready to go for the sprint. It's lights out and away we go.
Let's try to see what we can do.
All right, no contact in the first corner, please. Max went hard tyres, Piastri went soft, Norris went soft, Maloney went soft. So Norris will make those softs work. Piastri has a habit of burning his tyres very, very quickly, so he might struggle. He'll be quick early on, and then I think his pace will really drop off towards the end of the sprint here.
DRS enabled. And that's currently P9. You're good to push.
Time to push on these tyres.
On charge on.
All right, let's settle in.
No need to push the tyres.
There is a gap starting to open up already. Max and Sainz breaking away. Max really going for it on those hard tyres. He's going to be able to basically push those the entire sprint. Oh, yellow flag. Something's happened behind us. Turn 1.
There's a
Schumacher.
yellow flag now. Now this was at turn 1. The cars jostling for position. And oh, that's obviously far from intentional, but there was contact.
Was that Hajar with him? It was. Let's take a look, see what the damage is. A little bit of front wing damage to Hajar's car, I think. On that left end plate. Schumacher's the one with the penalty. And, oh yeah, significant tyre damage to Schumacher. Some tyre damage and minuscule bit of wing damage there. Just a little bit of wing damage to Hajar. But that's going to compromise the pair of them. Schumacher's going to have to stop for new tyres. Embry has dropped off the back of Porsche. Let Donna make the overtake.
We have margin to push a bit more.
Another yellow
You've got
flag.
everything, you've got everything.
They haven't hit each other again, have they? They have.
2 cars out, a lot of
They've hit each other again. Could be another penalty for Schumacher.
Wow.
Oh, Jesus. Same cars, same corner, 1 lap later. And Porsche has moved past Leclerc. Let's see if we can move up a little bit.
If you can, push.
It is another penalty for Schumacher. Oh, wow. His tyres are even worse. Hajar's tyres are even worse. Oh, man, Schumacher is so boned. At least they're far enough apart that they're not going to hit each other again this lap. And we're going to lose the position to Behrman here.
Let's get back in the
He's
ring.
on a push.
Recharge on.
Charge on in box now.
So we're back where we started, although our drivers have switched places. 8th and 9th.
Charge on, charge on.
Now the question remains, can we keep pace with Behrman? It's not looking good. Might have to push the tyres a little bit, but I don't really want to do that.
So recharge on.
Now we're back where we started, 8th and 9th.
Charge on.
Drivers the same way round, but we have caught back up to Behrman thanks to that little bit of switching. Embry's into peak confidence. We're out of spare fuel after just 8 laps.
Lift off for the fuel.
Did not take long.
A little bit more.
Charge on.
Should be able to see off George here. Yes, there we go. Chopping across the front of him there. Would like to get a little bit more battery in Donna. I want to try and push past Behrman. Try and go after Leclerc and co. They're all caught back up to Max now. See that Max is doing 105s. We're matching his pace. Everyone's matching his pace at the moment, apart from Giovinazzi, who had a quick lap last lap.
Ciao, John. Ciao, John.
Embry looking to go around the outside. This will become the inside through the infield if we can stay alongside here. Nope. Behrman does to us what Donna did to George and cuts across the front there, locking that move. Save some tyres.
Let the tyres come back to you.
We are going to have a bit of a late charge. We're going to need to have some extra rubber
Ciao, John.
in our pocket.
Ciao, John. Ciao, John. Battery is full.
Ah, damn it.
We need a bit of recharge of the battery.
Embry's made the move. We've got contact somewhere. It's not Schumacher. Schumacher's boxed and put new tyres on. Isaac's going to have to box soon. Oh no, it's Schumacher running wide. He's having a disaster of a Grand Prix, isn't he?
Just a bit too wide at that point, but all being...
It doesn't matter, doesn't matter.
Just keep looking after your tires.
We are going to have to push soon because that gap is getting bigger and bigger to the cars in front.
Careful with this tyre.
And we have margin to push a little bit more on the tires. Cool the car, please.
Okay, back past George. Can we get straight onto Isaac? Sorry, Ollie. Not quite. Might get him here at the end of the lap though. I was worried about contact then. Managed to pull it off. And there we go, 7th and 8th. taken a bit of time out of Leclerc and co in front. Still more to do though. And let's see if we can break away from Behrman and Russell through the rest of the lap here.
We're happy to stay where we are. Charge on, charge on.
And there we go, we have just about managed it. And we've got the fastest lap, which unfortunately means absolutely nothing.
Drop the pace now, please.
Another yellow flag. Who's made a mistake this time? Leclerc. Ooh, ooh.
Let's see what happened there. Right, let's
Has
have a
that
look
helped
now.
us?
Around turn 3. Oh, we've seen
not
a
really.
few go off the track there.
Not unless his damage
Really,
is on the
they
floor.
must
And
be
even
careful.
then, he's in the slipstream in the DRS train. It's unlikely to help us. The gap is now under 2 seconds. Max and Oscar have broken away again. Oscar's tyres not looking good with 10 laps to go. He's going to have to slam on the anchors. Russell's getting back into range. We are drifting away again. This might be it in terms of our pace. This might be as good as we're going to get. 7th and 8th. Get some battery into Embry. Russell and Behrman back in the train with us.
We want to manage our tyre.
Ah, that made me worried about contact. That was very close. Trusting these two with their, high 90 level control skills not to hit each other. No media appearance this weekend. We just don't have that pace. Half a second off at the moment.
Recharge on now is okay, please. Time to push on these tyres.
We'll let George
Okay,
take
focus on recharge.
the lead again, and we'll tuck up behind him. Make sure we're prepped and ready for a break in the last few laps. to retake and secure 7th and 8th. That'll be worth 3 points to us. Red Bull are on for a fair few here as another yellow flag. Is that contact in front of us? That's Albon running wide. That does not help us. Now Piastri has dropped away from Max, fallen into the clutches, so that might slow down the train in front a little bit, potentially. Whether it'll slow him down enough is another matter. How good is Piastri's defence?
Have recharge on then, please.
That's another yellow flag. So many yellow flags in this sprint.
Battery is good.
Schumacher again having issues at turn 3.
Here we are tackling turn 3. No.
Oh no, it wasn't
Wide they
Schumacher at
go.
turn 3. It was
You
Leclerc
really
at turn
can't
3.
do
But
that
you know,
too
turn
often
1
with
and turn
these
4
cars.
have not been kind to Schumacher in this Grand Prix. Now turn 3 is getting in on the act as well.
Charge on.
Pourchaire's got past Piastri. That's a shame.
You're good to push. On click overtake, please.
Damn it.
Charge on now, please.
If you can, push.
Trying to use that little bit of tyre advantage that we've got.
Charge on now.
Have to nail this corner here. There we go. That gives me half a lap to try and break George. Would be really tricky to do.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
Not enough. I don't know if I can break George. can get past Ollie. And Schumacher in front. Will that come into effect?
Recharge on.
Oh, get him up the inside. Up the inside. It's going to need a lunge.
2 laps to go.
Didn't get it.
Keep cooling the car.
Oh, get out of the way, Mick. Get out of the way, Mick.
Battery is on the low side. Charge on for now.
I don't know why he's not getting blue flagged. Well, I do know why he's not getting blue flagged, because he's quick at the moment, but he should still be getting blue flagged.
This is the last lap.
Charge on.
Go on up the inside.
Deployed.
Ah, damn it. Oh no, running wide.
Cool with the car.
Is that Piastri? It is. Wow, Oscar's tyres must be so bad. He's dropped, yeah, look at that. He's dropped all the way back down to 7th. And I can't find a way through because of Mick. But I got 6th. So Donna is going to finish where she started, in 9th place. Embry gains
Flag.
a position.
That's P6.
I think. No, we were... Was it 8th and 10th? 8th, no, we were 8th and 9th, weren't we? So we gained a couple of places with Embry there.
Okay, we take the flag. Okay, P9.
6th place is worth 3 points. 7th and 8th would have been worth 3. So we haven't lost out on our target points. Just obtain them in a slightly different way. And now we have a wet race to contend with.
And it's the Aston Martin driver wrapping up this sprint with a points finish.
I imagine they'll roll up their sleeves now and make sure their next performance goes even better.
So it's a win for Max. Sainz, who was on pole and got that extra point for that, will get another 5 points. So he's on 6 now. But that's a 1-2 for Red Bull. That's 15 points against R3. Yeah, that's stretching the gap in front of us a little bit. You know, a little bit more. Not that we were really in contention with Red Bull, but you know, 3 more points. Let's see what that does to us in the standings. You know, and hopefully we can pick up some more in the race.
The time has come to fight it out. It's race day.
4 years on from the circuit being renamed to the Red Bull Ring, Max Verstappen became the first driver to bring an eponymous car to victory here in 2018.
Now, Karun, how do you think Aston Martin's driver is going to be feeling ahead of this race?
You know what, Crofty? They're performing well above what's been expected of them so far. All in all, not a bad place to be.
And Austria is always full of surprises, so who knows what lies in store here at the Red Bull Ring.
That might be pushing our luck a little bit. Oh wait, no, we've got the rain, haven't we? Right, let's have a look. Oh god, that's really bad. That's really bad. Assuming that that is accurate, and we still don't have our updated weather centre yet, then it's going to be gradually getting worse and worse till the crossover point's probably going to be somewhere around about lap 45. Which means we're going to be struggling for pace all the way through that period there. I'm going to try that as a strategy. It might dry up enough for inters. For slicks again towards the end, I don't know, but I think we're going to go with that. Just have to protect those tyres a little bit in the early stint. Give ourselves the best possible chance. We'll go with some extra fuel. Let's go with 3 extra laps of fuel. It burns off pretty quickly here. Use a little bit of tyre at the start as well. All right, 74 laps. Here we go.
Here among the Austrian mountains, the grid is now set for the 71 laps of the Red Bull Ring. And for Lando Norris, this is another chance to see what he can do in this car.
It's a strange starting place for them in 12th. They need to keep out of trouble and move forward in the race.
This should certainly be a good one, folks. It's the race we've all been waiting for. It's the Austrian Grand Prix.
All right, softs on Leclerc, mediums on Max.
Away we go.
Allez vite au-dessus.
Let's put them under pressure.
We get past Giovinazzi, maybe. Nope. Donna has been overtaken by Stroll. Not a great start. So Verstappen, Sainz, Piastri, Stroll, Ocon starting on mediums, not paying attention to the back two. Everyone else on softs, including us.
John.
Try and hold a little bit of battery back for lap 3.
Recharge on as it go, please. Overtake is available.
So I'm not looking forward to the rain in this one because it's going to have a long period, I think, where it's going to be a bit too wet for slicks but not wet enough for inters, which is the worst possible conditions for our drivers.
And that's Ocon directly behind you.
And they're really going to struggle in those conditions as Russell has got the run on us here. So we are going to tuck in behind George.
Recharge on.
Hopefully Donna can get back in on Stroll here. Yes, she can.
So recharge on.
Okay, charge on, charge on.
Donna might have just lost the DRS there by us pushing Embry to try and keep Piastri behind.
Overtake is available.
We got it back though. Stroll got his nose just ahead of us. We're going to lose out to Stroll again.
Drop down the plates now.
Can we have recharge on, please?
Alright, Russell has caught Giovinazzi, so that is going to make charging the battery trickier, because Russell's going to be getting DRS in front of us as well, which means we have to stay close enough to him. Donna has dropped off the train already. Now she's going to get jumped by Ocon and co. She's turning into a disaster. For Donna anyway.
And recharge on now is okay, please.
You've got everything, press on hold available.
I was hoping I could just sit behind and protect tyres, but I don't think I've got enough pace for that at the moment. A little bit heavy with fuel still. Trying to get Donna back into the window.
We need to push.
Let the tyres
I think
come
we
back.
just made it with Donna. Yes, we did, just.
Charge on. And keep an eye on your battery.
Alright, now we're in a position where we can start to try and save some tyres a little bit. Can't charge the batteries though, because I'm losing too much time by doing that. So just going to have to trickle charge them, hold places for a while. can try and push in about 5 or 6 laps, maybe more than that. Checking in with Embry. We'll probably box Donna first, give her an undercut. Try and, if nothing else, get her closer to Embry again, so that we can run our 2 drivers, in sequence and get them swapping positions. That'll help with battery recharging if we micromanage that way. And we've got to pay attention to the weather forecast. Has it changed? Still looking, well, maybe around lap 40 now. The crossover point, maybe just a lap or 2 before. And Donna has jumped Piastri, who doesn't have any pace at the moment. Now we could actually try and charge the battery. Porsche has dropped off the back of Sainz. That means Russell's going to have a look at him. So still can't charge Embry. Max and Charles switch places. Donna's having a look at Stroll. And unfortunately Stroll got the DRS. It's frustrating.
And he can.
Russell's through and the pace has pushed the gap slightly.
Press overtake.
Still good to sit here like this with Donna.
John.
Evening, Victor. Porsche and Russell are swapping places constantly, making it almost impossible for us to close the gap. Oh, yellow flag. It's Albon.
2 cars out.
And Maloney.
Here's the replay. Now we're just proceeding through turn 4. Now there's an inviting opportunity there. And not just one car involved.
Oh yeah,
that,
lock up from Maloney into Albon there. Nothing Albon could do. Complete passenger there. That's significant damage to his wing.
Look at the team there.
I would imagine Maloney will be the one that gets a penalty for that. And we have finally closed the gap in front of us again.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Again, they're swapping places.
And recharge on.
Yeah, there we go. Penalty for Maloney, as expected.
Charge on. Copy that. We have more rain coming. We have more rain in the pit lane now. More rain.
Okay, the rain's about to start. It's going to stay dry, though, for quite a while.
But you can pick up the pace. Charge on.
Recharge on.
Albon's not having a good time. Well, it's not.
Battery is high.
It's one of the strange things about this. I mean, in F1 Manager 22, Albon was a really decent starting level driver, and with training, obviously you could pick and choose the stats, but he could become, very, very quick, very, very consistent as well. This time around in 23, he is not anywhere near as good. Makes mistakes an awful lot. He's had a horrible couple of seasons with Alpine and Aston. And he's not having a great run with Williams, although the Williams car itself isn't great. But he does seem to be being outperformed by Magnussen. And it's weird because you would have to argue that Albon's a better driver than the game's giving him credit for. Yeah, he was very underrated. And he doesn't seem to have that this time. If anything, the game just, the game's definitely underrated in this game, but the game allowed him to progress really well last time. It's not really giving him that opportunity this time. At least there's an AI Albon anyway. So let's try and get past Stroll now. Now that we've got a full battery.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Albon Championship Challenge for me. No, I think he'll be much more well-rounded and rated in the next game than he is in this one. So when the last game came out, Albon's reputation in the sport was decent, not amazing. His reputation in game improved in the sport improved dramatically in the year between the two games coming out, and yet it wasn't reflected in the game at all. If anything, it got worse in the game. And here comes the start of that rain, and that's going to hurt us. Very much going to hurt us. See, it's already starting to affect Embry a little bit. She just lost 3/10 on that straight. Another 2/10 going through the next couple of corners. Yeah, she's losing ground hand over fist now to the cars in front. It's going to be horrible for us now for a while. Donna's adaptability rating is higher than Embry's, so she will still struggle, but she shouldn't struggle quite as much. Let's take a look There, look at that. You see, we lost a second the pace of Russell on that lap. And now Donna is coming under pressure from Stroll. And of course, the worst thing is, DRS is still going to be active this whole time. If we can't stay close enough to the car in front, then we're just going to get picked off with ridiculous ease. Stroll's already onto the back of Embry. He's just going to absolutely cruise past. And I'm not so sure we're going to need to actually stop for another set of softs. I think we might be sticking it out now till Inters. But it might be that we're not amazingly quick on the Inters either.
Can use overtake.
At least not until that rain stabilises over 1 mil. That might take a little while. The question now becomes, when do we make that jump into the pits? Piastri's throwing some shapes at the back of us now. It's still too early. But we don't really have much left in the way of tyres. We have to tough this out. Which means we're going to drop loads of positions. Yeah, Piastri's just driving away from us. Look at this. We've got nothing.
John. Box, 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 box.
time to push on these tyres.
I'm losing so much time. Max and Maloney the first to blink. Now Donna is in with Kevin Magnussen. Everyone else is going to box at the end of this lap.
Box this lap, box this lap.
2.4, it's a decent stop.
Just be careful with this tyre.
Donna will come out in front of Embry. I don't know if we'll come out in front of anyone else.
Track will be clear.
I think Joe, Piastri, Ocon, they're all gone. Even Stroll as well, long gone.
Overtake available.
It's still not great conditions for us. It is now definitely into territory, but you can just see we're losing so much time. This is why I can't wait for the wet races to go away and the dry weather to come back. Because every time it does this, it just absolutely hammers us. And until their adaptability ratings get up to the mid-80s, this is going to keep happening. And even then, it's not a guarantee. 2.7, not a great stop. We didn't lose a place. We came out back behind Behrman. There goes Donna. She does get in front of Behrman. She's right onto the back of Zhou. That's something.
Charge on.
If you can, push.
We can't really push the tyres unless we decide we want to make another stop. I don't think that's the right call. So Giovinazzi and Piastri in at last. Now Schumacher's in. Embry has been overtaken despite having a little bit of tyre push and using her battery. Again, these conditions, not good. Let's take a look. Would be quicker. All right, let's commit.
Stay close.
bit of lift off.
And we can have a recharge on, please.
Let's commit to shredding the tyres and hope that we've got enough pace to make up for it later in the race with fresh tyres. At the moment, can't even keep up with Joe. Still in that interchangeable conditions window, which is killing our drivers. As we get past Maloney, who is being lapped by us. Red Bulls are a long way off. They're going to win this at a country mile.
Okay, head down, no problem.
All right, we're about to get the conditions we need, but it's going to cost us the DRS. And even then, we really need it to be about 1.2 up. And that's still a way off. It's going to stay just over or just under for the next 20 odd laps or so. Oh God, this is horrible. We're just in that window where our drivers are completely impotent. Our strength now is going to be under braking and in the corners. But only once the weather stabilises more water on the track. It's not enough. 1.02. You can see it's affecting Embry because she is struggling to keep up. Donna's struggling to keep up with Behrman. Embry struggling to keep up with Donna. At least we're closing on Joe and Ocon. Yellow flag.
2 cars out, a lot of debris. Okay, careful with the...
Schumacher. Is that Schumacher and Hajar again? It is. Oh my God. What is it with those two?
That was close.
It's the third time those two have hit each other this
Clearly
weekend.
they're not what everyone in the gap.
This time I think it might be Hajar who gets the penalty. if a penalty is given, that might be just deemed a racing incident. This isn't working, is it?
We want to manage our tyre budget.
Just don't have enough pace to justify pushing the tyres that hard and destroying them, because we're not going to have any pace at all where we need it if I keep pushing them like that. Magnussen's got back through, struggling to stay with him. Yeah, still not wet enough. We're almost there for Donna. Still need more water on track for Embry. And I've got Sonoda and Norris hunting us down at the back. This is going to be a horrible race. What was the... We've done the quali streak. That was the important one. 2 in the top 14. 2 in the top 15 for 2. That's up for grabs. So as long as we don't drop beyond 14th, we'll make really good extra money. If we drop into 15th, as long as we don't drop any further than that, we'll still make $500,000.
Need to drop the pace.
Try and repair some of the damage we've done to our tyres. Take a bit of that heat out of them. We'll try and keep the pace up a little bit by braking a little later. Start putting them into a slightly more defensive posture to protect what we have got. As Magnussen is closing in, Sonoda is closing in. Have I played No Man's Sky? Not since it came. I played it when it came out, and it was all right. But yeah. And then I played it about a year later, and it was a little bit better, but still. And I've heard it's got really good since then, but I've never got back round to it. Still got some early footage of No Man's Sky on the channel somewhere, I think. Might have deleted it. I don't know. Yeah, I think the last time I played No Man's Sky was when they first introduced vehicles. So, what, 3-4 years ago? Alright. Finally starting to get the water level about where we need it to be.
Time to push on these tyres. Save as much fuel.
We need a little bit more lift off if you can, please. We need a little bit more.
I think we'll struggle to get any points out of this race. We might even struggle just to hold on to what we've got here in 12th and 14th, because it is going to dry up again. And that is going to put us back into the same situation we were in about 10 laps ago, where we were just way off the pace. Donna is starting to pull away again from Magnussen, although that does look that Magnussen just had a slow lap. Let's see if we can just give her a little nudge forward.
Where possible to discharge
The same with Embry. See if I can get onto Ocon and get Embry back up to Magnussen away from Yuki. Soda's sticking to me like glue. I am closing back up to Kevin. Evening, Adrian.
Charge on.
Here we go. So we close the gaps to the cars in front. Maybe now that the track is in a better condition for us, maybe we can actually move forward a little bit. It is still going to get a little bit wetter before it dries up again.
So recharge on.
See if we can't make a little bit of forward progress while we have the opportunity.
And recharge on now is okay, please. And recharge on is okay, please.
Just drifting off the back of Esteban again. We are staying with Magnussen.
Recharge on.
Gap seems to have stabilised at around about a second.
And recharge on, recharge on.
Charge on.
Trying to save some battery in these big deployment zones where I can, so that when we do cruise up to the back of them again in a couple of laps, we'll actually have something to use to push past them.
We will not need liftoff.
And overtake is available. Stay close.
Not close enough there. Next lap.
And recharge on.
Let's try to take opportunity. On click overtake this.
Overtake is available.
Excellent stuff. There we go. A little bit of a confidence boost for both of our drivers there.
We think a little bit more like her will help.
And we're going to have to go to around about lap 60-ish. So we're just going to go with the one set of tyres, I think. Going to lose too much time on a pit stop, unfortunately.
No need to push the tyres.
Charge on, charge on.
Question now is, can I hold up Ocon while they put some battery in Donna's car to give Embry a chance to close up? What lap times is Behrman doing? 1091. 1093 for Embry. Oh, yellow flag. Is that someone in front? It is. That is Sainz.
Okay, now we have a yellow.
And he might lose positions to us here as well. Having to let a lot of cars through. Oh, a big spin. Big spin.
Yeah, I did a mistake.
Can we slot through as well? Yes, we can. Oh, what a disaster for Sainz. Now he gets underway. He's down to 16th place. And just like that, we're in the points. Whether we'll stay there, it's another matter entirely. But we have made it to the points, and Embry is almost caught up to the back of Donna and Ocon here.
Charge on. Okay, you can pick up the pace.
I think Ocon's pushing a little bit. That was a battery overtake, I think.
You focus on your race. Let's lift off, please. I'm really sorry, we need a bit of lift off where you can.
So I absolutely need to be able to stay with Ocon when the DRS kicks back in. Why I'm calming down the tyres, saving up some battery here. Embry's just going to lose so much time that I don't know what I can do with her. But we're already starting to struggle.
Update on track condition, please.
Press overtake.
Okay, to pick up the pace.
And we can have recharge on, please.
Stay in range, please stay in range.
Time to push on these tyres.
Just. So now we have to ride this period out.
We're suggesting a little bit more.
No one's going to stop.
Stop deploy.
Yeah, we're not going to hold that position.
Charge on and box now. So we keep focusing on the pace.
Embry's not going to be able to stay close enough, despite me giving her every opportunity there.
Need to drop the pace.
Magnussen's gone through. Did we get the DRS? Nope.
Battery is full. Charge on.
And the DRS is gone again. There we go. So, track will come back to us again. And the DRS is switched off.
Let's go for a push. Just manage your tires, please.
I'm going to try and hang on to lap 60. So that's Albon in front of us. Come on, Embry, close the gap up.
Stop the lift off turn 1, please.
Moth right near my head. Might hear a bang in a second. I'll pay attention to the Grand Prix and the Moth. Got him. Okay. Moth dealt with. Embry's pace is just nowhere at the moment. Look, she's losing time. We've got Yuki all over the back of her again.
You can keep the pace up on this compound. Or you can use the deploy.
So now I'm going to try and build a gap with Donna, ready for when that window changes, and it's going to change earlier. Going to change around lap 55 now, according to that. So let's give Embry some more tyre as well now.
Keep pushing.
Try and make the most of this window of pace that we've got while we can, because it will evaporate very quickly, and then we'll have another little struggly period until the track dries out enough for us to be quickish on the softs again. There we go, we've got a 3-second gap now. Back to Ocon.
Okay, focus on recharge.
I'm actually losing time to Albon, I think. Where is Albon? Oh, have we lapped him now? We might have lapped him. Oh yeah, we have. Yeah. I didn't even realise we'd lapped him. Too busy. Too busy spotting moths.
A little bit more like her, please.
I'd like to get a couple of overtakes in if I can, give Embry confidence boost. Got some battery, not a huge amount, but some. Let's see if we can use it here.
Can use overtake.
So the Nat seat running wide. That is in front of us, but way too far in front of us.
Recharge on.
Track's starting to dry up. I am going to get an overtake. I've got to do it now.
Unconfirmed, rain, stop.
This is my last opportunity, this corner here. Nope, she backed out. That's it. Not going to get the overtake in.
And save fuel from now, please. Save fuel from now.
Now our lap times are going to start to struggle against the competition again. Stroll's gone early.
And keep up a bit of lift off for fuel, please.
Behrman's in as well. They have gone very early. Now Ocon and Magnussen are in. Maybe they're just trying to avoid the scramble in the pits.
when you can, update on track conditions.
It's still a little early for Embry, but she is a little further back.
That. And recharge on is okay, please.
Yeah, everyone else is boxing. All right, let's try and do a double stack. See if we can pull this off without a hiccup. The gap, 4.5 seconds. That's if we get a clean stop. That's just about enough. Joe has gone round for another lap. All right, it's just a pressure pit stop here. All right, 2.5, that's not bad, but he was out of the way in time. 2.4, that's even better.
You'll be close to cars at exit.
And now the track is in the right condition.
We need a bit of recharge of the battery.
And recharge on, recharge on.
All right, 17 laps, including this one.
Keep the head down. Charge on.
We're going to give up the DRS to Ocon, aren't we? Yep. Norris has got past Embry, but she's got a chance to retake that position. Ideally, 14th is the lowest we drop. There we go, Donna's tyres are now up to temperature.
Okay, charge on.
Let's have recharge on then, please.
Embry's tyres now up to temp as well.
We have to protect those tires.
Now we're in a hunt for the points. We should be able to get 10th. Whether or not we can keep pushing on and go after 9th as well, maybe even 8th, remains to be seen. We need to make sure that Embry stays in the top 14 if at all possible, top 15 at the absolute minimum.
Charge on, charge on.
And recharge on. Let the tyres come back to you.
Almost dry track again.
On battery in a good place.
Someone running wide.
2 secs. There's been a crash.
No, contact. Giovinazzi. Oh, that was clumsy and clunky. And I think that was an attempt to lap Maloney. Oh, no, that was a fight with Pourchaire. That was an actual fight for position there.
And we can have recharge.
Pourchaire got the penalty. He's hurt his tyres a little bit. Has he got wing damage? Doesn't look like it. So that might not help us. Giovinazzi's in for a change of wing, and he's going on to medium tyres. And that will help us, because that puts us into 9th.
You can consider a little bit of anti-deploy where you can.
Although we're about to lose that. Here's where we get it back.
You've got everything. Press on hold available. Let's try to get it.
And that gives us a little bit more wiggle room on Embry as well. Giovinazzi's now behind his teammate. Donna, meanwhile, is flying.
And recharge on.
Sets the fastest lap, which I didn't think we would even be in a position to contend for. Whether we can hold that or not is another matter, but if we can, it's a bonus point, and that's as long as we stay in the top 10. No bonus money tonight, though.
Overtake is available.
Now let's get a move past Norris here. We'll do the same. We'll try and brake quickly. Tsunoda gets around the outside of Norris. Norris losing 2 places. And I think I've done enough to break away and leave them behind. Almost onto the back of Zhou. Good, because I need to turn these tyres down. Getting range, getting range, getting range, getting range.
Okay, mate, that is the fastest.
New fastest lap for Embry.
On a bit of lift off, you can.
Couldn't quite break away from Tsunoda there, but we are closing in on Ocon and Magnussen. I get Embry into the points. Kind of need to now that she's the one with the fastest lap.
Just be careful with this tyre.
We'll let Tsunoda go
So,
if necessary.
Charge on.
There we go. Now we'll get the DRS so we can charge up and keep pace going. Have lost some ground as Zhou's got back in range of Behrman, but we are very close to 7th place now. And we are lapping quicker than Behrman. More tyres available as well. Pourchaire's penalty not going to help us at this stage, but he continues to lap slow. So he's doing 105.9s at the moment and might possibly drift into range by the end of the Grand Prix. Stranger things have happened. Another yellow flag.
We've got a yellow flag here, so this is what happened. So here we go, heading into turn 1.
So I wonder what happened to Leclerc.
Not a lot of wiggle room here. Oh, that's
So I saw
quite an
Porsche
impact
go
between
through.
them. Now that had the potential to do some real damage, given the nature of that collision.
There we go, there goes Porsche. And that is going to have an impact on Donner, because Russell has monster damage to that wing. He's going to be crawling. That's damage to Leclerc. His tyres are ruined as well. He's going to have to stop. All of a sudden, we're on for some really good points. But it does mean we're probably going to lose the fastest lap. I'm okay with that. I think that's a fair trade-off. Penalty for Russell as well. Oh, that's even worse for him, because he's got no tyres, no wing, and now a penalty to go along with no pace. Look how quickly Zhou and Behrman are closing him down. There's us. There's Donner. Up into 8th. So, fresh tyres for George, fresh soft tyres. Expect him to be very quick. Tsunoda has closed the gap to Ocon and Magnussen for us, and has pretty much allowed us to charge our battery in the process as well. So now getting both cars in the points is a very distinct reality. Max is going to absolutely cruise to victory thanks to that collision between between Leclerc and Russell. I think Leclerc might be trying to stick this out, you know, which means there's a chance that he might either completely drop off pace-wise, which he has done because Behrman's jumped him, or he gets a puncture and drops to the back of the grid.
And recharge on is okay, please.
Either way, happy days for us. Oh, collision in front of us. Just saw that as we clipped away.
And here we've got a yellow flag.
It's all kicking off here at the end.
Right, let's have a look as we go into turn 4. And you can see how tight it is.
Ocon just pushes
And there,
Tsunoda off the track.
cars make
That's got to be a
contact.
penalty for
They'll have
Ocon.
to pick themselves up after that.
Press overtake.
Six more laps. 6 more laps.
Donna's up to 7th as she's got past Charles Leclerc. Ocon gets a 5-second penalty. We've got a run on Magnussen. And the DRS. And there we go, Embry back up into the points in 9th place now. Still has the fastest lap for now. And we improve on it on this lap. I can get her past Leclerc as well. Broken away from Magnussen.
We can still do it.
And I'm going to go after Behrman.
5 more laps. 5 more laps.
It's a bit more like
Just keep looking after your tires.
and recharge on, recharge on.
This should hopefully be a no contest overtake. There we go.
And overtake is available.
We are closing in on Behrman. Wow, what an amazing set of circumstances to give us some points here. This was a real doom and gloom race for so long, and all of a sudden we're on for some decent points, some seriously decent points. Donna's currently sitting on 5 points for 8th place and the fastest lap.
4 more.
Not Donna, sorry, Embry. Donna's sitting on 6 points for 7th and is now almost on the back of Behrman for 8 points. She has battery in her pocket as well.
Recharge on.
There we go, we're in range. Behrman is close enough that we can slingshot past him to Zhou. Could we get 5th? We still have the fastest lap. Russell has not been able to do anything about that, so he must have some structural damage to the car as well. Last thing I need now is Leclerc to box and take that fastest lap away from us. Joe does a 105.9, a 105.7 for Behrman, a 105.2 for us. We're in the slipstream with DRS and we're getting the battery charged. 3 laps to go. We're going to sprint past Behrman out of turn 3 here.
Overtake available.
We've got the confidence where we need it, when we need it.
Okay, keep cooling the car now.
There we go, we're into 6th. I'm on to Zhou.
We'll have to do anti-deploy where you can. Drop down the plates now.
I'm not going to catch Stroll.
2 race laps.
It's just too far ahead. I've got to be wary of Magnussen. He is closing in on Embry.
Can press overtake where possible to discharge the battery a little bit.
We should have the DRS. We do.
You're good to push.
Let's bolt as hard as we can. Can I break them? Can I even get onto Stroll? That I didn't think would be possible, but I still don't think it is. Almost broken Zhou. Almost. Might have done it. I'm not sure.
Battery is on the low side.
I did. Thank God for that.
Keep up the lift off. You're doing a very good job.
Here comes Zhou. Sorry, it's Tsunoda and Magnussen behind us. Everything you got left in your tyres now, Embry.
100% pace.
On click overtake, please.
Behrman is right behind us. Please hold him off. Please hold him off. That's it. It's the last of my battery. I haven't been able to do it. Behrman's going to take the position from us. Damn it.
Charge on.
Max Verstappen.
But if you'd offered me
over the
6th
finish
and
line,
8th
and today's
with the
winner.
fastest lap, I'd have bitten your hand off 25 laps ago. Just not quite going to be able to hold off Behrman.
Cool the car, please.
There we go. He gets us
Okay, we take the flag.
by a couple of tenths. We are just going to hang on from Magnussen. 6th and 8th, and a point for the fastest lap. Fantastic. Leclerc ended up 18th in the end. He did box, but he didn't get the fastest lap. And there you see he's been lapped by his teammate. That might be the only thing that stopped him getting the fastest lap. The fact that he had to pull over for Max. But what a great recovery at the end there.
What
So
an
much
excellent
drama in that
performance
race.
From the Aston Martin driver that was.
That really was such a strong performance, and they come away from today with a top 10 finish. Amazing, really, really good for the team.
We may see these kind of scenes a lot in Formula One, but it's easy to forget just what it means to the whole team. So, Karun, with the garages full of activity, what's the mood like down at Aston Martin now?
It was a really strong outcome for them today, with both drivers performing well, capping off a good weekend.
And that's it for this weekend here in Austria.
For the next round, we're heading back to the heart of the UK. Get ready for a race to remember in Silverstone, the cradle of Formula One.
Well, there we go. A race full of drama. A whole race weekend full of drama. Mainly from Schumacher and Hajar, but confirmation then of the final result. It is another win for Max Verstappen. He is just walking this title now. No points for Leclerc is certainly going to hurt his chances. Oscar up 5 places, takes second tonight. Porsche managed to hang on for third despite that penalty. Had enough of a gap over Stroll, who gained 10 places to finish in 4th. Then it's Behrman in 5th, Donner in 6th, Zhou 7th, Embry in 8th, then Magnussen and Tsunoda. Embry, the only one in the top 10 who actually lost a couple of places, but she still scored points. She got me the fastest lap as well. That is a fantastic 13 extra points for the team. However, the fact that Mercedes got both cars in the points, Magnussen got some points, Alfa Romeo got some points, Alfa Tauri got points, Haas got a big chunk of points. That is not good for us in the constructors. Let's have a look further down the driver order. Giovinazzi in 11th, Norris in 12th ahead of Sainz, then Ocon, Schumacher in 15th with 5 places gained, Hajar in 16th. Those two hit each other 3 times this weekend, twice in the sprint, and then once again in the Grand Prix. And then it was Russell down in 17th place with that collision with Leclerc. Leclerc himself eventually having to box very, very late, drops down to 16 places to 18th. Then Albon, who had a rough race again, and Maloney, who had a bit of a shocking race, down in 20th, lapped twice. In the driver's standings, there you see it's 193 points for Max Verstappen, who's now 45 points clear of Charles Leclerc, who did get 7 points from the sprint, so it's not a complete whitewash. But that's 6 wins now for Max, and he is definitely pulling up a definite advantage over his teammate Charles, who only has the 2. Oscar climbs 2 places to get into 3rd place. Porsche gains 3 places to get into 4th. Norris and Hajar, neither of them scoring any points tonight, so they both drop down a couple of places. Tsunoda drops a place as well, only 1 point for him. George, despite only getting 1 point, does climb above Esteban Ocon, who also failed to score. And then Stroll up in another 12 points. He is now 12 behind Ocon. Behrman in 11th goes up a place above Zhou Guanyu by 1 point, thanks to his score there. Donna stays in 13th, but with those 8 points, she does close down Zhou a little bit. Another 2 points gained. That's a 9-point gap now. And Embry up 2 places with her points. So 16 points across the weekend for our drivers. That's not too bad at all. 16 points for the team. And it's Giovinazzi, Sainz, Schumacher, Magnussen, Albon, and Maloney and Jimenez, no points. In the constructors then, Red Bull, 40 points. That's on 341 points. They are so far ahead of Ferrari and McLaren now that the title's pretty much already over. They're 100 and, quick maths here, 83 points ahead of Ferrari. And they are 196 points ahead, 195 points, sorry, ahead of McLaren. So it's pretty much over already by the look of it. 8 wins this season for Red Bull and a huge lead over the 2 chasing teams. Those 2, though, Ferrari and McLaren, are definitely in a fight for second. Alfa Romeo in 4th, get another 10 points tonight. Then Mercedes gets some points. Haas, big points for them, 21 points across the weekend. AlphaTauri picking up 12 more points. We get 16. We close the gap by 4. We're now 20 points off 7th place, which is our target for the season. And we do pull away from Alpine a little bit as well. 12 points the gap there now. Williams in 10th, 2 more points, but they are a long way back now on 18. Pit stop time, and we get 1 car in the top 10, so we get a point. What has that done to the standings? It's done that. We lose a little bit of ground to Mercedes. McLaren stretched their lead over us by a point, but we're still in position to close that gap up as the season progresses, hopefully. And no changes in position. Everyone stays pretty much where they were. There are our stops: a 2.4, a 2.5, a 2.4, and a 2.7. That's 2 stops in the 2.4 range. Donna's not quite quick enough, but the times are still definitely coming down a bit. So that's good. Pit crew count into our report cards across the whole race weekend. It was 20 and 18 in overtakes for Donna, 39 and 21. Some good defensive numbers there, considering the iffy conditions we had to race in. Embry's stats not quite as good, 19 and 21 going forward, 18 and 21 in defence. But 16 points earned for the team. So I'm going to ignore the numbers and just look at the points. As far as the sponsors go, it's been a good weekend for us with the sponsors. We got all 3 of our targets, our incentives, both cars in Q2. We got both cars in the top 14. And we also completed our finish streak of 2 in the 15 for 5 races. So nice money earned there. And then for the guarantees, we got both cars into Q3, both cars in the top 10, and we completed the qualifying streak as well. So that is a huge 7.4 million added to the bank when we really, really needed it. Fantastic stuff. And we have a spare front wing as well, so we can now get that onto Embry's car in time for Silverstone. Our side pod research is done. That needs to be reallocated to something else now. We have spare suspension as well. Excellent stuff. And that's where we are going to end it for tonight. A pretty good weekend, all things considered. I really thought we were going to struggle, especially when I saw that race forecast. But the weather was a little bit kinder to us than I was expecting it to be. And we actually managed to salvage some good points out of this weekend. And then hopefully, if Silverstone is dry, we can go on and score some big points there. We do have a forecast, I think. Let's have a look. It's going to be wet in qualifying, but dry in the race. So, yes, we have a chance for more points at our home Grand Prix in Silverstone. Can we convert? hopefully we can. We've got a lot to deal with in the inbox by the look of it. We've got some more research to get done, or maybe some development. We've got a new ATR period starting now as well, so we can definitely get a project underway to improve the car a bit. And we're close to the end of a month, so we are going to have some after Silverstone. We're also going to have some more training to get done as well with our pit crew. So I'll be back at the usual time tomorrow of 8 p.m. I'm rushing through a little bit because the loo. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed tonight's race. A lot of weird action going on, especially with, as I say, Schumacher and Hajar, but not just those two. There were collisions and lockups all up and down the field, and we were able to capitalize on that, which was nice. And fingers crossed, we'll see some more of that in the next race. Until then, that's it from me. Thanks for watching. I am Jim Bob, and I'll be back with some more F1 Manager Hardcore very soon.